Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Mike, blue IP. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On second and 9, Mariota. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. Mariota. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing. Mariota. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Now it's Hunt. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 14th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. His first carry of the game. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Darius Geis, 79 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness? The burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This fielded at the 2, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Letting one go deep for touchdown, Packers. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the out, watch the out.
Mariota now. Man open, it's Goodwin. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 59.
Mike to 59. Go, go, go.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and now it's second down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he'll find Moreau here. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of the guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Let's go.
Third and goal, Mariota. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Yard attempt. Jason Myers on for the field goal.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And it's taken in at the 9. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
Play fake. Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack, but he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. It's Geis on the counter. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year. So the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Play action now. Mariota. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. To throw is Mariota. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll field this at the 5. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You must be here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the 1st half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Mariota. Catch made. It's Moreau. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A first down throw for Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Mariota now from the 50. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On third and one, here's Mariota. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
On first down, Taylor. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
I got you.
Second and 1. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. That one goes for 24 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Packers! Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. This is Geis. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but it'll be 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Let's go now. 54. 54 miles. I got one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Harris. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Right there, 54 Mike. I'm here all day. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give right side now to Hunt. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So his 3rd field goal of the ballgame brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 15. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing, Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. This is Hunt. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Got an open man. It's Ratley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a later 1st down. Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him...
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
A On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Had 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Mariota now. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flushed out right. And this is caught by Watkins for an Oakland touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here. Again, it's Mariota. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Look, big series right here. We got to step it up.
On 1st down, Taylor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Jonathan Abram picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked picked off at the 24. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and 9 now. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA.